Daylight, my MVVs, welcome. Now, report reaching us right now, as it is alleged and rumored, is that Reverend Esther Ajai has spoken to the Ooni of Ife about his wives. Okay, like while she was trying to comfort the Ooni of Ife, they said she made mention of the fact that the Ooni of Ife should talk to the wives to leave Olori Naomi alone. That if they do not leave Olori Naomi alone, that the wrath of God is going to fall upon them in a way that they have never ever imagined. That God is giving them so many chances to change their ways and to understand that they are fighting with the daughter of Zion. And because they are fighting with Olori Naomi, they are fighting him directly. But as he is indeed a merciful God, he has given them so many chances and they are blowing each and every one of those chances. That Oni needs to speak to them. That when it will happen now, the entire world will drag Oni with them. That Oni need to do what he needs to do to let these women know that they are taking this thing too far. They are, pushing it too hard. That they need to leave Queen Naomi alone before something very terrible will happen. They said she spoke while comforting the Ooni of Ife because from what we are hearing, they said the Ooni of Ife was actually very devastated, that he had thought that everything will fall in place, Queen Naomi will return back to the palace, but things turned out not to happen that way because they said the main issue was, at the end of the day, after everything had been said and done, the main issue was, where is Naomi going to stay? That the Yeye Oluwa apartment that has been prepared for Naomi has been infested with all sort of, blah, blah, blue. And so now Naomi needed a safe place to stay. Ooni of Ife insisted that Naomi would stay with him in his chamber. And they said, no, that is against their own tradition, that Naomi cannot stay with the Ooni of Ife because of laws that are, guiding Ooni of Ife. So now, Ooni was insisting that Naomi return back to the palace. At that junction, they were asking Ooni just one question that he couldn't answer, that where was Naomi going to return to, as in where was Naomi going to stay? And that was the major issue. Now, as we are hearing right now, Reverend Esther Ajai has spoken a lot about what is going on right now in the palace. That if they check from the very beginning, her word has always been one, that Naomi will return back to the palace, that Naomi is there because God put her there. But that right now, that Naomi still needs to wait and see what God's plans are for the life of Olori Naomi. Naomi should not give. So they said she also spoke in a very comforting manner to the Ooni of Ife, letting Ooni of Ife know that he is doing his best. And even though to the general public his best may not be good enough, that Ooni of Ife is in a good place. Yes, so he made mistakes, but there is none of us that have not made mistakes in our life, that everything is going to fall into place for Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi. That Ooni should continue to strive harder to get Naomi back into the palace. Ooni should never give up. That what she sees at the end of this dark tunnel is, a very great white cloud. That Ooni will come out successfully and Queen Naomi will come out successfully. They said she took her time to speak to Ooni concerning Queen Naomi. That Queen Naomi is a woman. She might want to break at some point. Ooni needs to be there to hold her. Ooni needs to be there to encourage her. Ooni needs to be there to, push her like he has always done. That Naomi is destined indeed for royalty. That the crown belongs to Olori Naomi and no other person. That God, prevents certain events for a reason. And this is not an exception. That everything is going to fall out, as in fall back to place for Olori Naomi and the Ooni of Ife, but they have to continue to push. But the one thing that she is going to say to the Ooni of Ife is that Ooni of Ife needs to speak to his wives to leave Olori Naomi alone. That if they don't leave Naomi alone, whatever they see, they should take it to. They should not say she has not won them. That this is not a joking matter. That they are pushing God, like they are trying God, that they are pushing God so hard that what she is seeing is not good, that she is not seeing good for the Oloris, as she is saying, as it is alleged, as it is reported, as it is rumored. Now, if this information is the truth, this is what we are hearing. Like I have always told you, I do not live in the palace of the Ooni of Ife, neither am I related to the monarch or any chicken that lives in the palace. I'm just a blogger. When I get an information, I reenact it and I put it here. But I said to Delarites, whatever you get on social media, you want to take it with a pinch of salt. So this is what has been going on, that Reverend Esther has told Ooni of Ife to warn his Oloris to leave Queen Naomi alone. At the end of the day, nobody should say that they were not won, because what she sees at the end of this is not good at all. That they have pushed God, they have challenged God. That this is a challenge, that they have challenged God. Whoever planted that thing in that palace went ahead to challenge God. Now, you don't know what it means when a woman of God tells you that you are challenging God. Who has the audacity in this world to challenge God, for crying out loud? And so this is very scary, even to me, Delaram. Like I am so scared right now that they are challenging God. And if you know Reverend Esther Ajai, Reverend Esther Ajai is not one to talk anyhow. Reverend Esther Ajai has never been known to be a woman who is out there just saying things that she does not know. She's always sure of what she says. And that is why she is the monarch, as in the godmother to the monarch. Now, if this information is true, as it is alleged and rumored, she is saying that she is not going to warn them anymore. That what they have done this time, that they have challenged God. That when the result begins to come, they should never ever say that they were not won, because from the very beginning, they were won. Reverend Esther Ajai, who is also said to have visited Olori Naomi to encourage Olori Naomi. And they say when she got to the royal mansion, she was very happy with what she saw. Going by the trajectory of the events of the things that Queen Naomi has seen before, they said that Queen Naomi was not even devastated, that she just saw it as one of those things. You know, when a woman said, God, look at me, take me, do whatever you want with me, was just the place that they met Olori Naomi. That Reverend Esther Ajai was very, very happy over the way that she met Olori and Naomi. The person who was devastated from what we heard was Ooni of Ife, because Ooni gave his word and everything to a lot of people. They made a lot of preparations from what we are hearing, if the information is true, and everything ended up the way it ended up. They said that did not go well with the Ooni of Ife, but that was why Reverend Esther Ajai had to come in to let them understand that, you know, it is not over, like not over until it is indeed over, that it should warn his Oloris that they should never, ever push God the way they are pushing God. So I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Happy new month to you guys.